takes courage to deal with the challenges that we all have in everyday life, to be optimistic, to find the silver lining when we're faced with those challenges, whether it be as a parent that has to make decisions that your children may not like, whether it's having those difficult conversations at work, whether it's being assertive when the occasion calls for it. Assertiveness doesn't come naturally to me, so it takes me to be courageous to do that.
Courageous Acts brings to mind part of the work I do as community care pastor. Doing difficult things requires courage. The work that I do in this community inherently is unpredictable and intense, requiring strength, a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of tenderness, and a whole lot of courage.
I really think that people are very courageous every day when they're dealing with change, when they're dealing with challenges. In my field, I get to work with people with disabilities, and they get out of bed every morning and take the world on head on, and that takes a lot of courage. I work with a lot of women and men who face unpredictable situations in their families. That takes a lot of courage. I see people coming out of poverty. That takes a lot of courage.
Courageous Acts, to me, is closely tied to one of the other ATHENA tenets, authentic self. I think that as long as you understand your value system and your belief system, and you stand up for those values and beliefs, speaking out or speaking up or standing firm in the face of adversity become a whole lot easier when it's coming from a place of truth.
Well, courageous acts are three things to me, and it's probably various times in my life they come into play. One of them is, I believe you have to be really courageous in order to change, whether that's change something about yourself, or change a career, or make a change. Make a change in the community, step up, do something that you need to do make a difference, and make a change. The other one is stepping out of your comfort zone, and it's something that I don't think a lot of us do very often. I haven't done that very often, but I can think of one time when I did, which was when I helped create Love Your Schools. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I gathered some really amazing people around me, asked for help, especially people who knew what they were doing, and we were able to do some amazing things. The rally downtown, information tables, provide information, get people out to vote. And that was courageous because it wasn't something I was incredibly comfortable doing. And the last piece is really, I think it takes courage to say yes to something, particularly if you don't know everything about it. Sometimes we have to listen to our inner voice, and that inner voice can help us be courageous and say yes to things that maybe we might normally not.
Courage is something that we all aspire to have, and I think every day we're faced with decisions that either allow us to be courageous or allow us to not be courageous. I think every decision, there's a risk. Go for the challenge, go for the reward. And it could be personal, it could be professional, but I think that people need to be more courageous in their daily lives because that's what inspires themselves to do better and others to do better.
It's truly just quite an honor. It's also very rewarding to know that humble acts done in a consistent way can make a difference, and that those people that may have seen something in me that I didn't see in myself could find gratification in knowing that I've become the person that they hoped that I would be.
Besides being honored and humbled, I was quite surprised. I'm really thankful to be part of it, and I applaud any program that honors heart, integrity, service for the good of the community. As Tim Keller says, every good endeavor is God's work. So for my framework of understanding, this awards process and program is God's work.
Oh, I was thrilled to be nominated for the ATHENA, mostly because I was nominated by other women that I work with, and it's really nice to know that they think highly of me and the work that I do. It was very sweet of them. Reading those letters and nomination was very heartwarming.
The ATHENA nomination means that people in the community believe in what I'm doing and recognize that what I'm doing is important. It also means that I'm following in a history and tradition of other women who give back to their community, and I'm very proud to be part of that tradition.
What a wonderful thing the Athena nomination process is, because you're allowing me and the other nominees to share our stories. Stories connect us, stories inspire people. I can only hope that by being nominated, that I might be inspiring a future Athena nominee.
The Athena nomination to me is an incredible honor. I'm very humbled by it. I am in awe of the Athena program. I have tremendous respect for the woman who nominated me. It's just been a great experience.
I find inspiration and motivation in becoming the person that I was meant to be. I have so many wonderful role models in my life, starting with my parents who always taught me to do my best. I have role models in my siblings. I'm one of 9 children, and I have my 8 siblings as my best friends.
I have to say the inspiration and motivating factors that have led to my doing the work I do today in this community goes all the way back to my growing up years. We didn't have family around to support us once my mother passed away. My father wasn't present. We were supported by a family that lived around the corner. They told us that each of us had great potential and they saw hope. I would like to think that's what I do in my work.
Inspiration in my life, I have a lot of them. My parents inspire me, my children inspire me, my grandchildren really inspire me, but I think most of all my husband and my faith. I think they keep me grounded and keep me focused on what's important.
My parents have always inspired me. They were very involved in their community and they were outstanding role models. So I have always followed in their footsteps. Recently and lately, I think I've been more inspired on a national level to get more engaged in policy that's going on in the national level than I am locally. So that's a different type of inspiration.
It's inspiring to be part of a process, to be part of a group, to make a change, to come up with a new idea. And I'm hopefully in that process, I inspire others along the way.
In my current position with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, I work with people who have the disease or have a loved one who has the disease. It's fatal. And these people are incredible. They get out of bed in the morning with a smile on their face and they just embrace each and every day. And I have nothing to complain about. They're so inspiring. I can't help cure the disease, but I can help make sure that a cure is found. And that to me just gives me some credibility that my life is going to mean something to someone down the road.
If I were going to give my younger self advice, I'd tell myself that it's okay to be different. You don't always need to try to fit in. I think that's something that younger folks struggle with. I would challenge conventional wisdom. So many times we're taught to not challenge, and from a philosophical point of view, it's always good to challenge because you learn from challenging. I would also try to recognize that we should not take our elders for granted. They have a lot of knowledge and wisdom that they can share with us. I had the joy of having my mother until she was 97 and her older sister until she was 99. And it wasn't until I was an older adult that I realized how valuable they are and can be in our lives.
I recognized a good while ago, it takes way too much energy and resources to try to be somebody else. A quote I love by E.E. Cummings says, "To be nobody but yourself in a world that seeks to make you be everyone else is the most difficult battle humankind will fight."
Oh, I could fill a library with advice I'd give my younger self, but I think the most important thing would be to relax, take a deep breath, and not everything is really, really important. Some things are not that important.
The advice I would give to my younger self is to take better care of yourself. I know that my life would be longer and I would feel better every day now if I had adopted and taken better care of myself. And not just in terms of health and wellness, but also in learning to say no earlier, and just taking time for myself to recharge and regroup, so that I could be a better volunteer, a better employee, a better community member, a better family member.
It's important for us to tap into our inner self and our authentic self. And one of the things that I think about that is a quote by Marianne Williamson. She said, "Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate, but that we are powerful beyond measure." I find that so inspiring, because as young women, we don't know our power yet. And if we did, if we could move through our life really tapping into all of who we are, that authentic self, that powerful place, that place of knowing what you want to do, how you want to do it, I think it would be really good advice for my younger self.
Be kind. Be kind to myself. It's okay to make mistakes. Self-forgiveness is important. It's important to be kind to others and embrace the moment. Live for now. You don't know what tomorrow brings. Don't worry, just enjoy.